friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a video that is kind of a hodgepodge, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a lot of stuff in front of me right now and I will be 100% honest. Most of the stuff that I've been getting this past year in 2020 has been from Boxycharm. So a lot of this is gonna be coming from Boxycharm, but there's also going to be a couple of pieces of Drugstore in here. There's going to be some high-end stuff and some not so great stuff, because essentially what I'm going to be doing, and I don't even know where this idea came from, it's kind of this, just like I said, hodgepodge type video, where I learned Boxycharm is going to be apparently doing this big sale through most of November, and I kept seeing in my comments some of you guys going back into some of my older videos asking questions like, hey, remember that blow dryer you got that had like this crazy high $400 retail value? Yeah, it's back on the sale. Can you tell me your update? What do you think? There's also some older makeup up there. It looks like maybe Boxycharm is starting to kind of cleanse out their storage from the past year or two. So I am going to be letting you guys know some makeup items that I think are really great. Some things that are just kind of like meh. And then other things that are on my personal chopping block that doesn't mean maybe you wouldn't love them. And like I said, most of this is Boxycharm, or the way I received it was Boxycharm. But as many of you guys know, even if you don't get Boxycharm, you can buy any individual pieces of makeup from the brand, from Ulta, on a sale. And the holiday season is here, so that tends to be when we get our itchy fingers ready to do a little bit of shopping for ourselves, and that is 100% okay. So this was inspired by some of the comments I saw from you guys in my older videos, kind of reviewing some stuff, giving you maybe a little push of an update, because I'm not quite ready, nor do I have the time to do a full quarterly review just yet for Boxycharm. I need a little bit more time because there have been a lot of boxes these past few months to really cipher through, and I'm trying to dissect what's going on with my face because I got a lot of breakouts. I'm like, what did it? So still doing some investigating behind the scenes, but I don't want to leave you guys all in a lurch. I want to give you some updates, but also throw in some other stuff that is a little bit more affordable, like Drugstore, because I like to kind of spread my love through the makeup community, not just with Boxycharm high-end makeup. I like the indie brands, and I also love some Drugstore makeup. So let's dive into just a little relaxing chatter about makeup, what I'm loving, what's okay, what's on the chopping block. Grab your tea, grab your snack, get comfy, because I have no idea even where this video is going to go. This is just a journey for both of us because, well, darn it, it's November of 2020. We deserve just to have a little makeup relaxation chatter with no real agenda than just to talk about makeup. Let's do it. Let's do it. I keep needing to take off these stickers off my newer wine glasses. It's just such a pain. I swear this video idea started with me being a little bit more of everything with a lot more Drugstore makeup, but as I was looking through my collection, I've really not been spending a lot of money on my own, reaching out for makeup. I've honestly just been getting everything from Boxycharm this year, except for maybe some staple pieces like some brow stuff, some powder, but I'll get into all of that with you. And at the day I am filming this, it is definitely raining and we have a metal roof, so if you hear some of the ambiance of the tinging of the raindrops on your head through the audio because of this microphone, just enjoy the ambiance. Penny is next to me because it is raining and she hates rain and there's a storm coming through, so just bear with me if I'm holding a puppy at some point or if you hear a puppy next to me because she's stressed out because of the rain. Oh, come here. Maybe doing a little mother-daughter makeup talk because she's scared. Oh, now Cooper's jealous. Dog mom life. Don't be scared. It's okay. I'd usually be playing music for her, but I need to film. Okay, so I'm going to be starting with something that isn't makeup. What? You're starting with something that's not makeup after that big long intro about different types and varieties of makeup and how you got the idea? Yeah, because this is the thing that a lot of you guys are asking me about, and it is this crazy expensive blow dryer. This is the Soleil Let Your Hair Shine blow dryer. The attachments come with this product, but I usually keep this one on it because I do have naturally wavy curly hair, but I did want to use it again last night without any pieces to kind of remind myself how I feel about it without this in case you don't need it. I actually like this a lot. I'll be 1000% honest with you. Over the summer, it has been very hot and I live in a tiny house, so using things that have a lot of heat to them isn't always so appealing, and we've been having weird issues with our AC this year, so I constantly have had some guy out, so I haven't really wanted to pull out something for heat in the summer in Florida. And most ways I have used this is with the diffuser, and I think it does a really good job, especially considering as a curly haired girl that has a lot of hair, I hate how long it takes to blow dry my hair. Can you feel me on this, girls with longer hair? Do you feel me? Or at least thick hair. It's a pain in the ass. But I do enjoy how fast this blow dries my hair. And last night I took this piece off again to blow dry it straighter, and I was really impressed with how it just kind of like I could do it in layers if I pulled up some of my hair, but I also don't have to feel like I need to do that to blow dry the underneath of my hair. So I actually like this a lot, but I don't probably use this as often as maybe somebody who is like an everyday shower blow dry hair girl goes. So I may not have the full tea on that, but as somebody who uses it, I've used it enough to know that I enjoy this over plenty of the other blow dryers I've had in the past. Now, like I said, this is a 1400 watt. I can't remember what the box says. The voltage is 110V. As far as a blow dryer goes, this is definitely meeting all my needs. I love how compact and small it is. I love how powerful it is. I like this a lot. So I know some of you are wanting an update on this because it is in the sale. The cord is very industrial strong though, and longer than I expected. So usually the issue I have dealing with all of this, I try not to wrap my cords, and that is an old school trick I learned years ago because theater kid here. You're shocked? No, you're not. You learn early on that with wires and stuff that are thicker and industrial, you don't wind them around things because that shortens the life of the actual wire. So I'm always trying to put it back in a, appropriate circular way that isn't twisting around something. But either way though, I really like this blow dryer. I like how powerful it is, and I like that it doesn't take me forever and a day to get my hair done. Something else I noticed in the shopping pop-up add-ons, whatever you want to call it, with Boxycharm, this beauty bash with Boxycharm, I guess is something they're doing through most of November. So if you are still a subscriber of Boxycharm, you can get a bunch of makeup and, skincare and tools on a deal. But like I said, I know you guys don't have to have Boxycharm to go out and buy this stuff yourself, and so many brands are having holiday specials this year that you don't have to be with Boxycharm to appreciate a good review about a good product, or a bad one. So I'm going to start talking about some makeup here, and something I did see in the Boxycharm sale going on, I don't know what to call it honestly, is some of this Sol de Janeiro Skin Glow, and there is another one that's out there right now that's a little bit more of a purple tone, I think. So I kind of wanted to talk about this because I was really excited to get this. I think a year ago is when I got it in like a Boxy Luxe. So I kind of wanted to give you guys an updated review because it has been, like I said, over a year. I like this piece for my skin, on my shoulders, on my legs in the summer, maybe on my arms, but my arms are a little bit more textured, so I don't generally put stuff like this on my arms. Looks like they have two different kinds of purple one, and I think this one out for sale. I think this is like $6 right now with Boxycharm, but I know Sol de Janeiro sells this all the time. This is something that I enjoy, but I don't use nearly as much as I thought I would. But if you are a girl that likes to be that glowy bronzed goddess all year round, this could be right up your alley as far as making your skin just look like it's got that glow from a drier oil. I do like it, but I can say I don't reach for it nearly as much as I thought I would. So this is just going to kind of be a quick overview here, but it is available if you're interested. It's just not something I use as much as I thought, but I've never decluttered it because I do appreciate it for when I do use it. Some of this stuff, I don't know if it's going to be in the pop-up. I'm not saying everything I'm talking about is in the pop-up. I'm just kind of going through things to let you know what I assume could be on there, just to give you some refreshers and answer the questions you guys have asked in my comments. I do think that this palette might be in there. This is the Morphe Manny MUA Glam palette. This is very, very neutral, but it also has a lot of berry tones and fall colors, as you can see, and two highlighters and a nice mirror on top. I'm surprised how much I do reach for this. This is not going to be a full review because, like I said, I still have a quarterly update coming, but if you are curious if I like this enough to endorse it, if it does go into the sale, which I think it might be, but don't quote me on any of this because it could change by the time this uploads. I do like this, and I know you can still buy this from outside of Boxycharm too. I think this is really nice to do a everyday mom work, going out, staying in look. I know I love these neutrals, and at first I was kind of like, okay, these are neutrals that seem like they could, I don't know, are they going to really be that much of a difference on my lid compared to any other type of nude? Yeah, this one definitely has more of a yellow mustardy undertone that I love to do with some vibranty reddish, orangish, yellowish looks. This one here is way more neutral that you could use with some more brown tones, taupes, shimmers, things like that. And this is a very nice basic lid cover, and you could use this all over up to the brow if you wanted to start an eye look. And then there's also all of these awesome colors for the upcoming winter season. I've reached for this way more than I thought I would, and I think I got this over the summer, and I do keep pulling that out for even just a few pieces as I'm using other palettes sometimes. So I still like this one too, so that's good. One of you tagged me on Instagram to let me know you noticed how much I love this palette, so you got this on a deal. This is the Tartist Pro Remix. It has like only 2 matte shades, but a lot of gorgeous shimmers that you can use for this holiday season coming up. It is beautiful. I really enjoy this palette a lot. I've used the shadows for liners. I've used them on my lid. They're great, and I know one of you let me know you got it for a deal. If you guys ever see this product on a sale, especially if it's getting closer to summer, and if you are an oily skin sister that needs to do some powder touch-ups through the day, I still love and swear by this Becca product I got from Boxycharm over a year ago at this point, and I purchased more. This is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Loose Powder. This is the one that feels wet, and it's got like this little net on the top of it. You have to pop this open. And right there, oh, I'm hopefully not getting powder on the camera lens. You pop your brush into here, and then it's gonna feel wet on your skin, but it really makes everything smooth back out. It helps everything to kind of just look even again, not shiny. This is a great refreshing powder for middle of the day, and I love it. So if you see it on a deal this holiday season, you pick this one up if your skin is anything like mine. I think Penny is burying her bowl behind the couch right now under the blankets because she and Cooper have this weird sibling rivalry thing going about food right now. It's dramatic in this tiny household right now. Penny girl, what are you doing, mama? Something that should not shock a lot of you if you are not new here is I love this powder. I think this powder makes my skin look younger. I think it makes my skin look blurred. This is something that is from a high-end brand that I did get on the Boxycharm pop-ups. It didn't come in one of my boxes, so I can tell you it's probably going to be on some more deals roaming around the internets this year. I love it. I know it is in the pop-up right now. The sale, whatever you want to call it. This is the Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder. This one is in the shade Pink Haze. I think there's 2 options right now, though, at least at the time of filming this. What I love to use this powder for, and I've said this at nauseum I feel like this year, so sorry if this is a repeat, say it with me if you want to. I put it on top of when I do my foundations and concealers. I'll even do some bronzers and blushes sometimes, and then use this before I do highlight and just kind of like press it into my skin. It's a more domed shaped brush tip, and then I just kind of like press it in. It helps with kind of keeping everything at bay as far as oils go too. But this makes your skin look so blurred. It makes you look younger. It makes you feel fresher. By the time my makeup is totally on after that, it is just good to go. I've also used this just to set down my makeup at the very end as well. But then sometimes if I do that at the very end, I feel like I need to do just a bit more bronzer just to kind of warm things back up because I feel like it kind of pushes everything in, so I like to warm it up just a bit. But other than that, I love this. Penny is still over there working on her bowl. Hold on, let me see if I can help her. All right, 1 minute I'm helping her cover her bowl up so Cooper can't find her food, and then she's uncovering it to make sure I didn't take it from her too. The struggle is real. I also noticed that this tomato serum is in the pop-up, I do believe. And I don't remember if I've talked about this yet or if this is something I need to talk about. This is only meh for me. It's kind of okay. It's not something that I would seek out again, I don't think, but I've also had so much makeup in front of me and so much skincare. And I do believe this Farsali Quench is also in it as well. So these are 2 skin items that I happened to peruse this morning and saw them on the Boxycharm website. And you know, if they're selling it for a sale, it's always possible you'll see them somewhere else for a sale. I'm okay with these, but they're kind of not my absolute favorite. They're just kind of meh compared to some other stuff. I did see that in that pop-up, there is also, though, a No Pore Blem Touch and Soul Primer. How many of you guys remember last year when we fell in love with this? Was this last year? Was this 2 years ago? What day is today? 2020 feels like the longest and weirdest year ever. It feels like it shouldn't be November, so I don't even know when we got this. But this is really good, as you guys can see. I'm like practically almost out. I'm scraping the sides of it. So this is an endorsement. If you think about that, that is an endorsement of how good this is. If you are a girl with pores, that will help you out. Something I'm not loving, and I don't know if it's in the sale or not. It probably is. You guys know, not my jam, not in love with it, not even really in like with it, on the chopping block. Something else that's on the chopping block, super high end. An entire premium box was dedicated to this brand, and I've not touched it in so long that I've put it in my chopping block bag that I have here in my tiny beauty space. That's not a good sign. Brianna, I could definitely use one of your umbrellas today because it is raining cats and dogs here in Tampa, but your palette, oh. So here's the deal. This is the Fenty Beauty Moroccan palette. Got it this year from my Boxycharm Premium. And I was really excited for this. And maybe it's just the hype that I had behind this, but I'm not reaching for this. I feel like the shadows require a lot of layering. I feel like you have to be prepared in the morning for a lot of work if you're just going to use this palette. Also, I usually have to, bring in a separate palette to at least have some other colors in here, because for some reason I can't ever seem to get a consistent or multiple looks with just this palette, which sucks because it's got such pretty colors in it, but I just don't feel like the formula on these shadows is her best. Not only am I not loving this though, I don't reach for it at all, and I was really thinking I would use this a ton this past summer and into the fall because you've got a lot of color options here for both seasons. But I just don't love it. I don't love the formula. I don't think it applies well, so I wouldn't spend money on it. If you guys watched, was it my second, what video was it that I tried this product on, but it was such a bad fail? Was it the second chance video with Boxycharm? I can't remember, but I think everybody in my audience was like, that is a gimmicky product AF, don't even look at it. I think it might be in this Boxycharm thing for like $4, but it's not even worth the $4 in my personal opinion and in many of your opinions. But that's just us being a little sassy. You decide for you if you're into it. This is the Mud Masky Blue Light like face filter. Blue light protection mask helps shield from harmful, high energy visible blue light vibes from laptops, smartphones, televisions. I was game to try something like this, and I think it smells like suntan lotion, right? Yeah, and we were all just kind of like, then just put on suntan lotion because it's practically the same thing. It's just, this is nothing for your makeup. It really, we can't prove it does anything for your skin. I kind of wish somebody like Jen Loves from Jen Loves Reviews originally would review something like this, or like that category of stuff, because we're like, is this really a thing? Is this a thing? How do you know it's a thing? How can you prove it's a thing? I can't prove it's a thing. So I'm just going to say don't waste your money. You work hard for that money. Don't waste it on crap. Ooh, I do think I saw this at one point. So I don't know if it's still in the Boxycharm pop-up or whatever we're calling it right now. But the Brow Bar by Rima, you can already see pan when you're looking at that preview window. So you already know I use this. I use this a lot. This is the Brow Bar by Rima True Glam Brow Makeover Kit in the color dark. So pros and cons about this really quickly. The con is that it just made a huge mess all over my beauty space because it is a very, very loose powder. You can try to keep this cleaned up as much as you want, but every time you dip into it or anytime the packaging moves, the bee is messy. She's messy, but she does a good job with your brows if you take a light hand and you make sure you don't drop anything on your face to add extra freckles unless you like that thing. It really makes my brows look great on camera is the reason I use this a lot. This product works awesome is that third step for my brows. And yes, 3 steps is a little dramatic. But here on camera, under all the lights and the editing, sometimes when you have darker hair with the darker brows, it can come across too gray toned or a little too patchy. So what I like to do is jump into this baby for that final step to really richen up some of those spots that in person look normal, but on camera it doesn't transpose as well. And sometimes even after editing, I'm still like, man, those brows, they're gonna be the death of me. They just are. But in person, they look good, I promise, or I wouldn't come on camera. I like this a lot. It's a very loose, messy product, but it does a great job. I just don't like the mess. Now it's all over, and I'm distracted. Ooh, really quickly, since we are on the topic of Boxycharm, I should let you know I am doing a wear test for you right now with one of my boxes from Boxycharm. I'm still waiting on 2 more boxes, so be prepared. It's probably going to be a later video. No one is shocked because we got to wait for all the shipping and stuff, and we're getting to that holiday season, so I have a feeling boxes are going to be even harder to get. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, and I'm trying to figure out how to do my year-end videos this year with all the products. If you have any ideas on that, let me know below, because there's so many products out there. I couldn't even begin to help you guys out with these awards this year. Help a sister out. Maybe we could do a Google Doc. I don't know if that would work either. I'm just trying to figure out how to let you guys put in your submissions for all these products with Boxycharm this year, but that's, you know, another problem. I saw a lot of skincare that is popping up too. Skincare is a big deal this year, specifically I think for a lot of us that instead of always focusing on makeup, maybe now we're starting to pay attention more to our skin and make sure our canvas is nice. Something that I am enjoying still is this Sunday Riley A+ face serum. This is the high dose retinoid serum. And with retinoids, if you are not using them currently in your routine, the cards always do suggest you start a little lightly, don't do it every day, kind of gradually work it into your routine so your skin can see how that is going. I'm actually really enjoying when I do use this. Now, I don't use this every day. There are times where I am seeing a benefit from using it every day, but I'm also very mindful of like when I should and shouldn't do it with my own personal skin. This is something that I have liked this year compared to some other stuff. Something I haven't used a lot, and it's probably because of the type of skin I have. I don't know if this is on the chopping block. I actually didn't have this in my chopping block bag, but now that I'm thinking about it out loud, I don't reach for this a lot. This is the Glassy Touch and Soul. This feels like a moisturizer, but on the very back, it says primer. I swear it does. Right there. It's supposed to make your skin look really glassy as like a primer and go really well over the top of makeup. I don't know if it's just because I'm worried it's going to make me shiny or if it has made me shiny in the past compared to some other stuff, but I don't find myself reaching for it. It could also be that I don't like to use this type of primer. I prefer something in a bottle with a pump to either put on or scoop out versus, let me put my finger in here, and that's just, I think, a Nichole / coronavirus / usually have messy hands girl thing. I don't know. I don't like a mess. So I haven't really reached for this a ton, but I know some of you in my comments have said how much you love it, even if you have oily skin. So different strokes, different folks. And if there's any reviews you guys have for some of this stuff or anything else, leave it below for us if you know it's in the pop-up or somewhere else on a deal this year, because we all looking for some good deals right now. Treat yourself. It is the year and season of just whatever. The Spanglish palette is newer to my collection. I'm not sure if this is on the pop-up, but I'm sure LMR may be having some holiday season things this year too if they're not. I don't reach for this as much as I do the original. I kind of assumed I wouldn't when I saw the color story. I don't generally jive with a lot of pinks and purples usually, but I like that this is pulling me out of that comfort zone and letting me try new stuff. Today I do have Ha 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 on my crease today, but I had a different eye look in mind to kind of go with a cranberry-ish sweater, so I didn't really have anything else in here to play with too much. But when I have used these, they are nice. It's just if this color story speaks to you or not. But I do like the Alamar shadows. I really do. I kind of wish there was more shadows in one of these type of palettes to have more variety to reach into it more. You guys know recently I told you I am enjoying the Pretty Vulgar Nesting Bee face. I have seen that this has been around in that Boxycharm pop-up sale. Apparently this palette is on Amazon. I was trying to see where else you could buy this because I kind of thought Pretty Vulgar was a drugstore brand, but I don't know if it is, honestly. Maybe this is just an indie brand and I thought that maybe it was drugstore, but it's not very expensive, I don't think. Well, how much is it? I'm seeing you could buy it off Poshmark for 10 bucks. I'm seeing all kinds of prices across the internet. $32, $17, $9 on Mercari, $10 on Poshmark. So I'm sure those are people that got Boxycharms and are reselling them. But if you don't get Boxycharm and you are curious about this, apparently there are ways on the internet to get this for like 10 to 15 bucks, and I do enjoy this palette. Something else that I really like, and if Tarte is having a deal, or Ulta, or Boxycharm and you see it, I do really like this palette. This is the Clay Play palette from Tarte. It's got eyes and face products in it. I have loved this a lot since getting it. Smells great too. It's kind of got that chocolatey, vanilla-ish sweet smell. I have traveled with this. I have used this here on my channel a lot. I think these are great shadows, and I think these are great face products that are just very neutral, very easy. You could do a whole face with this practically and go. And right now, I feel like that's what a lot of us are gravitating to, that easier, fresh-faced, youthful look. This is awesome, and I love it. Something I'm not loving as much, and I do think I saw this in the pop-up. This was that Tinted Day moisturizer face balm crap that was like $100, $104. So I was so excited. But it turned me orange, it turned a lot of you orange, and I said that I really think you can only use this for like a very easy breezy day. I still stand by that part of the review. This is the QMS Active Glow Day Tinted Day Cream is what it's being called. I still think that the pump kind of sucks on this. A lot of you let me know the pump wasn't broken. It was just, it needs to, I guess, sit up longer. Well, I don't have just a bunch of space to stand everything up, I guess. So the pump kind of sucks for being such an expensive brand, but it also just turns you really orange, even though it comes out in a shade that looks like, oh, that could be my skin color. And then you start to work it in. And it does work well if you just don't add a lot, but it does start to have orange hues to it. If you can get it really cheaply and you're super curious about it, like I said, it's not the worst thing. It is for just a very light day. So if you are a girl who likes higher coverage, this may not be your jam, but I can already see it oxidizing here on my hand a bit and turning a bit orange. I can make it work if I do use a very light hand and use other very light products to go with it. But anything too much, it kind of starts to look a little disproportionate on my face. So I'm not decluttering this just yet. I feel like I haven't been able to give it too much attention considering all the products I've been getting from Boxy, but I don't know, this is kind of meh for me. I'll let you guys know recently, I kind of don't suggest the Vintage Dawn palette. If you're mostly going in there for that green cactus shade, that one did not come to play. The other shadows were decent, but this is so inconsistent, it's kind of meh with me. I have yet to find a need or use for this Milk product, but I have yet to find a need or love for really any of the Milk products that I have gotten from Boxy. So I think if I want to investigate Milk makeup, I'm gonna have to do it on my own, because I'm not getting anything from Milk makeup that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that. Is there anything out there that you guys love from Milk makeup that I should be investigating on my own maybe? This is the Milk makeup holographic stick. And like I said, as a girl who loves some concerts, I was so bummed when I really had nowhere to wear such a strobing highlight. Now after editing, I'm hoping you can see this. It's got these purple hues to them. Oh, those are Nichole's veins right there though, so that may just be distracting. You guys can see that purple streak right there. I mean, you can work it out. It's fun for the body. I don't like this kind of makeup on my face. I don't know if you can see how it's transposing here on my fingers, but I kind of look like alien gray, silver, purple fingered right now. I'm not going to declutter it right this second, but it's something that's definitely on my chopping block for the simple fact that I have no use for it. I've had it almost a year. Have I had it a year? And I still don't know what to do with it. I don't have a need for it. I live in a tiny beauty space. You know, less is more sometimes. So, meh. All right, a lot of you let me know that you hated this brand, and it's not even like because it's an indie brand. It's because I think it's associated with somebody on Bravo that a lot of people dislike. Is it Kim Zolciak or her kid? I don't know. I've not been watching a lot of Bravo in 2020. I feel like the rest of the world's been stressful enough that I don't need a bunch of women yelling. These Cab products, did I get these in Boxy or Ipsy originally? I can't remember, but I have a lipstick and a lip liner from Cab, and it came as like a bundle. Oh, this is a Charming Lip Gloss from Cab, and this is a Charming Lip Liner from Cab Cosmetics. And I think you guys let me know that this was just kind of like one of those slap a name on just a random generic thing. Because a lot of you were not impressed with this. This is in my chopping block bag, and I honestly can't even remember if it was which subscription box I would have gotten it in. So, do you love this? What do you guys think about this? This is something that's just kind of like in my chopping block. Like, I haven't touched you. You're in the bag. You're in the you might be leaving soon bag. Getting into some drugstore things. Some things I love, some things I don't love. Kind of just transitioning here where we're at in the video because this is a hodgepodge. Have you had a drink yet? Let's have a sip. I bought this, I think 2 summers ago from, is it Ulta? Because this is Essence. It's an amazing brand that is really inexpensive. And I've kind of let you guys know, I feel like for a long time that this bronzer just wasn't working for me. But there was so much in it that I was like, you know, try it this way, try it that way. I'm not reaching for it at all. This is the Essence Matte Bronzer. And this is for the brunettes. This is an 02 Sunny. Because they have like 2 different options, I think, for color, because this one's called for darker skin and for brunettes. The other one is for like blondes and lighter skin. This one just always pulled a little too orange toned or a little too warm for me no matter what time of year it was, and it just wasn't something that I found myself enjoying for any piece on my face. Not the cheeks, not the nose, couldn't really use it on the body, and it just started to be something that was kind of large and bulky compared to most of my other bronzers. And I wasn't falling in love with this matte formula as much as I was hoping to. So this is something that is definitely on my chopping block as far as you may see this in a possible declutter soon, so I can gift this to someone who I think might love it more than me. All right, I have talked about brows a lot. I let you guys know I love this piece from Boxy that I do think might be in one of their sales for that final look to really fill in a brow. But there's always a reason I need to start with, there's always so many steps to my brows. So the way I love to start my brows is with something that I've repurchased this year that I think I loved a lot in 2019. And I just started trying other stuff from Boxycharm, and you know, out of sight, out of mind, you forget about some other greatness out there. ColourPop. ColourPop, I love you. You are amazing. Although, what the heck is going on with their latest palettes and collabs where they just sell out and then you never see it again? The Hocus Pocus palette in the collab, what happened? It's like they sold out within seconds, like it was a freaking Jeffree Star thing. They don't sell out anymore though I don't think. It kind of became that hype that none of us really enjoyed, where it was like everything is awesome and beautiful, but then it sold out and really fast and then it never restocks. What? ColourPop, that's not your jam. That's not who you are. Come back to the people who need you. I thought that little, what was it, the little Yoda palette, so stinking cute. But I knew once I saw it was co-branded for Star Wars, and I'm not huge into Star Wars. I know of it. I've watched them, but I'm not like diehard. I loved the story of that. I loved that color story though. I loved those greens, and I'm really jiving with greens more this year. And I was like, I think that's sold out by the time I remembered it. I was like, oh yeah, that was on sale. And then I went to go look for it. I'm like, oh, it's already sold out. Oh, it was a branded, licensed collab with a big name. I wonder if they're going to restock it. I hope they restock that. I did ask them, I think, when it says email me if this is back in stock. I did give them my email. Email me, ColourPop. Email me. I thought that palette was so cute, but what the heck is going on with you just kind of being more like those big brands that sell out and don't come back with stuff? I don't like that, ColourPop. I don't like it. Anyway, back to the topic at hand of my brows. Sorry that was a tangent, but you know that happens sometimes when we're just girls chatting about makeup. Sometimes we tangent about makeup that's not in front of us that we wish we had. The ColourPop Brow Boss. Okay, the joke about the spoolie is you take off the cap that comes with it and throw it away and never use it again, or it's going to steal your spoolie and just like get it trapped in there. But the micro tip on these awesome pencils is amazing for starting a brow, for filling in the brow, but getting that front area up where that's where I tend to be the most sparse, or where I need to make things look a little bit more fluffy. And I find starting my brows with something like this, super creamy but not too creamy. You can layer it on itself. It's great. And it's really inexpensive. And I'm sorry, ColourPop, but I have been buying them off of Amazon because for some reason for a while there it was hard to get stuff shipped in a timely manner from ColourPop. I think they may have fixed that by now. I think they have their shipping down since the pandemic started a little bit better, but I did have 2 of these from Amazon from earlier this year that I was so happy to get, and I love them. I think this is in my Amazon links below though, if you're curious. If you do not get Boxycharm anymore and you're having a hard time getting some of these more expensive powders that I'm talking about, I am not gonna kid you when I say CoverGirl still has my heart. A lot of you know, I told you recently in a faves, I was repurchasing this compact, this pressed powder from the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance. Before I got Boxycharm and before I knew about indie brands and could even attempt to know or afford the high-end brands, I already have a backup for my CoverGirl. I have used this since I was a teenager. We're not going to do the math on that. It's been a minute. Yes. I have loved their loose powders. I loved their pressed powders. You do not need to spend a ton of money this season, any season, if you are just wanting to powder down your shiny face, set your makeup, and move on with your day. I've loved their loose powders. I've really been gravitating, obviously, to their compacts, specifically for like setting down under the eyes. It's such a creamy, nice powder for that, and it just smooths everything out. I've also used these for touch-ups for years and just keep one of them in my purse so I can just pop it out, kind of just do a little bit of coverage, because this does give you some nice coverage too. Like if you are a nose or face toucher like I am, or if you get puppy kisses on your nose like I do, this is a great powder to touch up with too if you can't afford or get your hands on, like I said, these setting powders that are the Refresh ones from Becca, because that sounds bougie and expensive, because if you don't have it on a deal, it is. And this year, we got bigger fish to fry. We're not worrying about that. I have loved some of the powders from CoverGirl, and I've loved them for years. Not just like, oh, just this past year. No, years and years since I was a teenager. Again, we're not doing the math. Don't hurt me like that today. Don't do it. I also have really been liking this e.l.f. Halo Glow powder as well. So if you are a girl that's maybe a little bit more drier, or combo, or even like me, combo oily, I have still really enjoyed using this. I think this works as well as some of the other high-end powders that I have used in the past, and I'm off the top of my head thinking of some of those Bare Minerals ones. Oh, that's Penny down here. She's sitting right here because she's scared of the rain, and I'm petting her as I'm talking to you. There was a Bare Minerals powder that reminded me of this luminescent one that I've had. I believe I've heard that about Hourglass as well. Oh, I feel like there's one more powder out there that I have tried that was higher end that it reminds me a lot of this. e.l.f. has got some good stuff out there, guys, so don't knock them out just because they are at the drugstore. They are really coming to play for inexpensive products. I didn't plan to talk about these, but now I'm on a little bit of a tangent about if you don't have the high-end availability to you, these are great. This is the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. You do need to work quicker with this one because it dries faster. And this is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I use this weekly. When I'm not wanting to do a full coverage Too Faced one that I got from Boxy, I'll jump into this ColourPop for $6. Not sorry, and I do it again. Same with the e.l.f. Like I said, move quickly, but this is a great formula. I feel like this is such a hodgepodgey video that I'm just even now looking through my beauty space going, what else could I tell you about? Because this is just like a little chatty time with you here this Sunday. I didn't want to have too much structure this week. I just kind of wanted to sit back and enjoy, because sometimes you just need that, you know? I know that there are Luxie brushes out the booty on that Boxycharm sale, but I also know that Luxie has sometimes their own sales. I love all the Luxie brushes that I have. Actually, a lot of them are dirty, and I did recently repurchase from one of the pop-ups, I think, this Moda Pro collection, because I do love the Royal & Nichole Moda Pro brushes. I bought some more of them, like for $4 in, I think, last month's add-ons. I'm sure they'll be back sometime this year if you get Boxy. I bought these because I was like, you know what, I need more of those because I'm going through them a lot as I'm investigating all these palettes at the same time for you. Ooh, and I don't know if this will be on here, but kind of like this. This product I really love for the body. This is the iconic London Prep Set and Glow. Again, it's a Boxycharm item that I received, so I'm sure you'll probably see something like this out there because I feel like glowy skin is like always in. It's something we're always going for. I don't like this on my face. I only wear this on the body, but I do enjoy it, especially for when it's nice out, not like it is today because it's not nice, and it just gives you that extra glowy freshness. I feel like now I'm just pulling out stuff to talk to you about. So guys, thank you so much for spending this time with me this Sunday. I hope you had fun. I know this was a little all over the place. I usually try to have my videos a bit more structured, but this has been such a busy, crazy week for me. I just wanted to sit down with my friends because I knew that there was some Boxycharm stuff going on, so I wanted to touch on that. But I know not all of you get Boxycharm anymore, but a lot of you let me know, even though you don't get Boxy, you still love to see my reviews and hear my thoughts, because you guys can still get all of these products available to you wherever you want. It doesn't have to be through Boxy, and I wanted you to know what I am still loving, what I'm seeing is kind of going on sale, so I think it might be out in the other spheres of the internet's on sale soon, and some stuff that I'm just like, meh, and some stuff that I'm like, you might be leaving before the end of 2020. Be prepared for a declutter video. I'm not quite committed yet to it, but I almost did a declutter video today, but I'm like, I still have more investigating to do, and there's a couple more drawers to get through. But guys, thank you so much for going through this with me. Chattiness, makeup, drugstore a little bit, high-end stuff. I'm still smelling the back of my hand. This QMS, you can smell it for a long time. It kind of smells like grandma. You know that smell of like not bad, but you're still not sure what it is? That's what this smells like. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I love just kind of sitting down with you and going through just all of the makeups, and I feel like today I just got to feed my makeup soul in a lot of different ways. I hope this wasn't too much of a hodgepodge, a little all over the place for you. I didn't really want to do anything structured. I just kind of wanted to sit down, maybe do some overview stuff, and just kind of dive into some stuff on a Sunday with my friends here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you happen to be new to my loud, weird, crazy, unique channel, hi new friends. I hope you're going to take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on all of these crazy videos I do every Sunday for you. They're a little bit longer sometimes, so I always recommend you have a tea and a snack. Get comfy. And if you want to hang out some more, there will be some more recommended videos for you here right now that maybe are right up your alley and in your interest. But if it is your time to go, I really appreciate you guys spending this time with me on a Sunday. I appreciate you guys more than I will ever be able to say. Thank you so much. Bye, friends.